Hi guys, my name is Chloe. But today I'm going to be talking about the ways that we do to work in a project. Well, maybe if you study in some higher rate, your teacher will probably give you home projects for you. Like when you're studying history, your teacher maybe will give you a project how like you go home and search on the internet for what ideas and facts that you've known about a character. And then you write it like maybe on a mind map and show for the whole class. Yeah, then that is a project. Or if you're studying um, English, yeah, then your teacher would usually say, okay, go home and write those structures and words, practice the structures, and talk and practice with some of your family members. Or if we are studying our subjects, we'll have different projects. But let's just see what does we need to do to have in our project. Well, we first need to have a target our target for a project. Well, if we want to make a project, but we didn't know, okay, if there's a history lessons, but we didn't find a target, like we didn't find our own character for us to talk. We didn't find your own characters. So kind of like we don't find our main character for us to talk about. Kind of like if you're talking about this person and you don't know about any other facts, you turn to another in your project, then that would be meaningless. Yeah, so you need to have a target. Okay? Next, you need to have a theme in your project. Kind of like if your project is about finding the reasons why sloths are slow. Yeah, then you should have a theme kind of like in a forest, in the jungle. If we're finding about wild animals, we'll put it into a beach theme. It wouldn't mean anything. It wouldn't even mean one thing. Yeah. So we need to change different themes in different projects too. Next, we have what do we need to have in a project? Kind of like if we're making a project, there'll be different things. Let me find out a project. Okay, so here I have is a project about sloths. So this is a pretty common project for you to look. Here you go. Then you can see in a project, you need to have a lot of things. First, you need to add in paintings. If there's just letters around the project, it will be really boring for watchers and listeners on the project, and nobody would like just the letter, just words and letters. You remembered a picture, just one picture, words more than thousands of words. So, if you give a person a picture of a lot, for some person they haven't known sloth, but you just write in, they don't know what a sloth is, so you can draw it or print a picture into the poster or your project. Next, you also need to have different models of things. You also have materials, different kinds of pens, painters. Sometimes you also need a lot of papers around to decorate your project. Yeah, and you would also need to write things on there. You can't just put on pictures like if you put on a picture of a sloth. Nobody would know what are you talking about. The fact is that they would know what you want to talk or what do you want to share in your posters, in your project. So you could also write it that sloths are really slow animals or sloth can swim faster than kind of like when slide is in the water. It can move really fast. Yeah, then you can share all your facts inside the project. That is a project. You can use them. Kind of like if we have a project, you could do it at school, of course. Your teacher usually would give you a lot of projects at home for you. Also, maybe there's some special days that school have a special event, kind of like the 100th day event. Yeah, that's right. So that's it. Next, you also need to have different time. The time that you start, and not just kind of like I haven't even know about all the facts about sloth, and I just know some easy facts. So I need to have thing, device or something or books for me to research. Kind of like if I want to know that what does sloth eat, well I would search on the internet. What does a sloth eat? Then I can know on Google that sloth munch on leaves, twigs, and buds. Yeah, that for just some starting, I can know. And if you're not searching or you ask people around, I bet that you cannot find any information because not all person is Google. Not all person can know anything. They're not kind of like a really smart person that knows a lot about something. Yeah, so you also need to have time to search. And you need to have time to make it. You need to have time to decorate the theme, the structure of that project. Well, making a beautiful project takes a lot of time. You also need to research a lot of things. Yeah. Some things that you should research on a project is first pictures. Kind of like you can search what does a sloth look like. I search on Google, I come to the picture structure, I can know, okay? There are a lot of pictures of sloth here, like this one, or this one. Yeah, or I can also know that sloth look like on this. I can also have different videos about a sloth. Next, you should also search for data, like if I say, does a sloth move fast in the water? If I have a fact that I remember, but I didn't know the fact, I didn't make sure that my fact was true. I can search on Google. Kind of like, in fact, they're actually much faster in the water than they are in trees. Then my fact is correct. I should write it in my project. You also need to research on books. Like if you're near to a library, you can ask the librarian to find you some books about sloth, or you can find by yourself. Yeah, and you also need to connect to the team to highlight. You need to find different pictures for you on a project. Well, making a project is really a difficult thing, but it's also pretty fun for you. And it would, how it really was a wonderful thing. While you go, not just by doing projects, kind of like a thing that wastes your time. No, don't think about it like that. When you're doing a project, first you need to know a lot and a lot of different facts because you're now trying to research a lot of things. Usually, I think that you wouldn't search a lot, like when you're doing your project or something like this. And then you can spend your time on practicing the lesson that you have studied. Yeah, so that you can remember for a longer time. Yeah. So doing a project is not just a fun thing, but it also does help us a lot too. So if your teacher told you to do a project, stand on some of my ideas on this and try to make your own project. I bet it'll be really fun. Well, see you next time.